Well, I didn't think I'll be doing another video so soon after the last one, especially considering how the whole thing went completely pear-shaped, but that's all right. As they say, shit happens. Yeah, I just decided I've got a couple of days, well, I've got a couple of days before I go back to work, and I sort of decided I might just drag out another old black and white TV and have a bit of a look at it and a bit of an assessment on it and see if we can get some form of life out of it. I hope this doesn't drag on like the previous one. I think that probably went on too long, too many parts, too many segments, and probably bored the hell out of everybody. So hopefully this series or these next installments hopefully won't be too laborious and boring and hair pulling. So yeah, this is another Lotus. You might remember a few videos back I did a sort of a restoration on a bigger version of this, well, not of this chassis, but like a larger version of this brand. So yeah, this is quite a small set. I think the screen's about it could be about maybe 10 inches in size, a 10-inch CRT. Just haven't got a tape measure here in front of me at the moment, but you know, I've put my hand across it. Yeah, it's actually not that big, so probably I'd say probably 10 inches, probably. I'm guessing 10 or 12-inch CRT. Yeah, so it's not very big at all, and yeah, quite I wouldn't say cheaply put together, but you know, this is all a bit loose. And that, so I think I brought this, oh god, would have been probably 15 years ago on Trade Me, a local auction site, I think, for about $30 or $40 at the time. But yeah, I did fire it up back then, and it came up with a raster, and that was it. No snow, no nothing. Kind of indicated maybe a video fault or something, and the tuner had gone down. So yeah, drag it around. This is the side of it. So we've got our basic brilliance contrast on our volume and our classic clickety-clickety-click rotary tuner. And where's the back? The back is over here. Get the back. So basically a piece of that sort of thin sort of jib board, or what do you call it, plaster board, or whatever you call it, that sort of thin sort of board that, yeah, basically if you look at it wrong or bend it, it pretty much breaks in half. I'm sure there's an actual name for it. I can't quite remember right now what name of that board is. But the part we all want to look at is the guts. So it's actually kind of a heavy thing, actually. So here is what it is like on the inside. Now, underneath there are 4 screws. So I'm guessing the whole entire chassis will slide out. Hopefully they have left enough room for the yoke cable and the EHT vinyl anode cable. Hopefully there's enough room that you can pull the whole thing out and you can still run the CRT with enough cable length. Otherwise it could get rather interesting when coming to service it. But yeah, again, I think this might be based. I'm pretty certain I said that the other Lotus was based on a Philips /EDAC kit set, and I'm guessing this is the same. As it looks like, I mean, it uses all the Philips components in there, all the Philips resistors, and the and those ultra reliable Philips caps. So yeah, it's all very interesting. There's a tuner up in there, hiding away. So up in there, and it's the EHT cage in there. Looks like probably a EL504 and probably an EY or PY88. I know it's a PY88, but it's got a power transformer, so maybe it's interesting. It's got P-series valves in it as well, so that's interesting. I think it might be a similar configuration to the other one. for the filament chain. Yes, no, I sort of, yeah. Oh, what I'll do is I'll slide the, oh yeah, and the speaker is on that side as well. So yeah, that's all good. What I might do actually is, oh, there we go. It looks like we've got an EF184 that's gone to air. Looks like the getter in there is no more. It could probably explain why when I fired it up all those years ago, I got nothing on the screen, just a blank raster. So it was producing EHT at the time, but that was about 15 years ago. So not quite sure how we might get on with this one in regards to whether we might even get a picture on it fairly quickly. I remain optimistic. Hopefully the Lopti hasn't suffered due to lack of use. Yeah, all right, well, I'll put the video on pause and I will slide the, we'll attempt to get the chassis out and see how we get on from there. Back in a sec. Well, that was unexpected. Whole entire thing slides out. It's on its own little chassis. The whole entire thing, including the tube, all slides out. I'll be damned. Huh. I was half by expecting to have the tube and everything all sort of staying behind, but no, it just slides out of the cabinet. Pretty much like that. Yeah, kind of actually wasn't expecting that, so well, there we go. Huh. What a dag. Yeah, that was interesting. Right, just better turn the radio down because there's some copyright music on there. Turn that down a little bit so that YouTube can't flag it. Right, so yeah, okay, well this is, yeah. Alright, well there you go. It's get a bit more of a look at what this thing is like on the inside. If I sound a bit sort of grovelly or croaky in my voice, I get hay fever, something shocking, and it's sort of don't really want to disturb that dust if I can avoid it, because I'll probably start sneezing again. But okay, so I was wrong. So the line output valve was a PL81, and there's a PY88. Flyback doesn't look like it's had. Actually, that flyback actually looks original to me. I don't think it's even been replaced. Yeah, so interesting. Obviously, they thought about serviceability when they designed this thing. There we go. Looks like the earthing braid for the Aquadag coating's come off. Don't know where that's broken away from, but that's because generally there's a wire or something that is soldered to. I have to sort of do some investigation and find out whether they render that. Otherwise, you might get a bit of sparking and a little bit of discharge when the EHT kicks in. Yeah, that's actually kind of reminds me of, I did a video. Oh, this is years and years ago. If you look on my channel and go back to my videos, I think it's a little portable 10-inch Bell TV. I think from memory probably uses the same tube, and they're sort of very similar design. The whole thing sort of slid out of the cabinet, yeah, very, very easy to work on, quite accessible. Now wondering about, okay, hang on, so that's got it. So I wonder how we get at this. Hang on, let's put it on. I'm guessing we put it on its side. Just move it around. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Oh, way out. Look at that. Cool. Huh, far out. Way cool. Ha. Oh, that's that will definitely make servicing a bit easier. I like that. I've obviously, yep. That's really cool. That. Top marks to whoever designed this. Obviously thought about it. Yeah. Oh, definitely made to be worked on than by looking at this. There's your rectifier diodes. That'll be your main filter cap there. Whatever that grotty old cap is, what is it? It's probably one of the first things I'll actually change. And it's it's oozing. It's all oily out one end, so that's be one of the first things I'll probably change before I even put power on it. I'll be changing that. Interesting. A little AWV rectifier diodes as well. Like I said, this thing did go. It came up with a raster 15 years ago. Don't know how bright it was. I honestly cannot remember. So there's probably no point in testing the tube because the raster looked to be fairly bright. Yeah. So even all the controls are all labeled as well: height, vertical height, linearity, all that sort of thing. Even all the valve designations are on little labels as well. Oh, yeah, no, quite cool. I think that one there is vertical hold. It's had some work done on it. It's had that diode replaced, and that one there replaced. Had those two diodes replaced there. And that cap too has been replaced, but that looks to be quite old. Doesn't look like anything recent. I mean, I didn't do any work on this thing at all. I just got it, plugged it in. Oh yeah, it worked. Okay, we'll look at it later. Yeah. So, wonder what else is up in there. Probably got what else is under here? We've got probably either that's a choke, that transformer. That could be audio output or a choke. No, that looks like it might be a choke, just with the red. Oh no, sorry, no, sorry. That is the no, sorry, no, that speaker output transformer there. It's got red and blue wires going in, and it's got two wires coming out to feed the speaker, and that'll be the vertical output transformer there. Yeah, so all right, well, very interesting, very interesting indeed. So I think my next step might be to change that sorry about this, guys. I'm looking over the camera, not at it. Sorry about that. I think my next, probably change that cap be the first thing I'll do. Change that. Replace that, because I've got thousands of those. Well, not thousands, probably several, probably close to 100 EF80s. Oh no, it's an EF80, sorry. Okay, so EF80, I'm going to have to go digging for one of those, but I thought it was an EF183, EF184, but no, it actually stays on there. Again, I apologise in advance for my crappy camera skills, as I always do. I tend to be looking over the camera, not on the actual, over the phone, not actually in the camera viewfinder itself. Yeah, no, that's quite neat. I've definitely thought about the serviceability of the thing. Even getting the tuner, even getting to the tuner actually wouldn't be that bad either. It's been sitting right up there. But yeah, I think some of those red electrolytics will probably have to go. I'm picking maybe that green wire. I wonder if that's the Aquadag one. I don't know. Where does that go to? It goes up to the green wire goes up over here. So I'm not quite sure. I'll have to have a look at that and see where that other wire. I'll have to have a bit of a poke around off camera. I can't sort of do this. I probably could do it live, but it means mucking around with this tripod and trying to set everything up, and yeah, I'll see what I can do anyway. All right, back in right. I'll put the camera on pause and I'll change a couple of things and yeah, and see how far we get with this video. Before I go change anything, I thought I'd give you an upside down view of it. Yeah. There's actually a width control down in here as well. So I'll be adjusting that. Change that capacitor. Yes, and I found out where the Equidag earth actually solders on to the body of that pot. Then you can kind of see the actual indentation of where it actually broke away. There's our output transformer there, and the roller speaker, and that green wire that's part of the yoke, because it goes from the frame output transformer back to over here on the board. So we've already covered that. Right, enough waffling. I'm going to change that component and resolder that Equidag lead on, change that valve, and then we'll do a power up and see what smokes.